What is up, Keep Pounding crew? We are back today with another video. Keep pounding. Today's topic is the post-practice of training camp day 4. You probably can't see me because it's pitch black dark. I apologize about that. But if you like the video, if you like the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below. Let me hear from you. And let's get into it. So today, we saw some 7-on-7 drills. I was impressed with J.C. Horn today. You know, you got the one-on-ones with the quarterbacks throwing to him. And J.C. Horn showed some very, very impressive coverage today. I liked what I saw of his footwork and his technique. I think, you know, there's a lot of upside to that right there. I think we're really going to be in for a treat with this man right here. First round draft pick. As long as he stays healthy, he's going to be a terror on defense. Now, the player I'm most concerned with is P.J. Walker. I've seen 2 straight days where he's been overthrowing and underthrowing easy routes, and I'm a little concerned, to say the least. You know, and then he tried to throw it into triple coverage and overthrew it. Come on, PJ. I got to see more of you, man. I got to see. I don't know what's going on with you, Root. We got to get that under control, buddy. But, yeah, I saw a few players that caught my attention at wide receiver. Of course, Omar Bayless. Kind of in a negative way, but he kind of balanced himself out, too. I saw some drops, but I saw some nice catches as well. So we're going to keep an eye on him in the next few days. Just see how he does. But Tommy Tremble dropped 2 balls today. And this is our brand new tight end, by the way. And he's supposed to beat out Ian Thomas for the number 1 spot at tight end. And I'm a little concerned when you start dropping passes as a big tight end like that, you know, on simple routes. Because we're only at day 4. Once Matt Rule starts installing some of these bigger and better plays, he's going to really be tested. So I need to see more out of him than what I saw today. Yeah, and maybe it was the pressure of being in front of people, but nah, you can't even use that excuse anymore. This is the NFL. Folks, this is the NFL. You can't use that. And let's get into some positive stuff. I was really, really happy with Will Greer. Will is showing some arm lately, man. Like, I saw some impressive throws from Will. He was throwing some straight rainbows for the majority of practice today. I saw maybe 4 or 5 that I was like, you know, everybody gets a few, you know. It's training camp. You know what I mean? But when you show that kind of arm cannon after 2 years of struggling to make those types of passes, it makes a difference. It makes an impact. And I think this man's trying for number 2 spot. I really, really do. I think he's making for he's making a real run at that spot to see if he can get it. Now, PJ had some nice throws too, every once in a blue moon, but it just, I don't know, that quarterback competition is going to get interesting after a few days. And it's going to be something to keep an eye on. I see the defensive line getting some good push today on those drills. You know, showing the strength, showing the footwork, showing the technique. That was really good. You need to see that out of them. And I even saw Shaq make a play today. As one of the members of the four-man rush said, this defense is ready to eat. You know, this defense is hungry. They didn't show much of it today, but, you know, it was kind of balanced today. But you'll see a lot more of it in the next few days, for sure. Defense came out hungry yesterday, for sure. And, you know, the pass rushing, it showed. It really, really showed. Now, I like the pass rush that I saw today as well, but the coverage is what needs to be worked on a little bit. You know, we start tweaking that a little bit if you're a linebacker, because we're going to need the middle of that field covered up, especially on runs and slant plays. So both of those are two critical components that I'm looking at and I'm going, I didn't see much of it today. But maybe it was the packages that they were using, you know, to intentionally let these wide receivers get open to see what they could do. I mean, you got me on what they were doing there. But, you know, these coaches have their own way of doing things that we don't know much about. So, you know, let them breathe. That's what I say. Let them breathe. And, you know, I'm going to pass the torch here to Win Howe. He's with me, and I'm going to ask you a couple questions while we're driving. So, who was your most impressive player today?
There's probably three things I noticed. Number one thing, I did not expect how big Horn is as a defensive corner. And I see why he was picked at the spot that he was picked. Because, like you said earlier, he's going to be a tear on defense. He's just got to figure out his coverage and move them hips, boy. Number two, inconsistency at the quarterback positions. Against you early, like what was the number 4 quarter practice, you said? But I did see a lot of inconsistency, and I feel like they didn't really, I don't know if that's something that the offense talked about, but then on all the drill, they never really threw the ball downfield. And most times they just check down, in the middle of the field, which is usually those plays would not be open in a live game. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
Number 3, I noticed, like you said earlier too, they were actually playing hard because they were not padded. And I see a lot of hustle play or contact where usually most players will shy from in the early practice season, you know? Which is a good sign.
Good point.
They're playing hard. Besides that, I'm pretty sure you pretty much touched on every point, you know, that you said. It was a great practice. One of my first training camps, so like it was great to me. Definitely expected more than what I did, you know? More than what I expected there, that's what I meant.
One thing I noticed is towards the last what was it, 7-on-7 or 11-on-11 drill. Matt Rule stopped the drill and gathered everybody together and was absolutely letting them have it. I don't know what was going on there. Maybe these guys were not bringing it enough. Maybe they were not lining up correctly. Something was going on there.
Or, you know what my opinion, what he did there? It was a clever coaching decisions. Because beside the point of your players playing hard or not, you got to think about it. When you're a head coach in the NFL, you don't just have to please the player. You still got to please the audience, which is us, while we're watching. What's the best way to wake everyone up in the stand? Is do something different. When beginning of the 11-on-11, he gathered all the players up and put some fire in them. And then you can hear everyone cheering when that happened. And that literally wake everyone up in the stand, you know? Because it's been, more than halfway through the practice. A lot of people's ready to go in the stand, you know? So I thought that was really, really thoughtful and smart as a head coach and what he did. Because he fired up the team and waking up the audience while I was watching. That's just my opinion. You know, that's what I feel like.
I completely agree.
Because I don't see everyone slacking off, you know? I didn't see anyone slacking off during the practice. He just did it at the right time to get everyone going. Smart coaching.
Absolutely smart coaching. I noticed him talking to one of the coaches during the field goal drills. And, you know, we don't get the privilege of knowing what that conversation was, but I was watching that for a minute and thinking, okay, well, maybe they're talking about plays, maybe they're talking about techniques, you know, coverages, something, players that may have gotten their attention during that part of the 7-on-7s. So it's just something to keep an eye on, and you know, I got some pretty good footage of the DB coach there. Yesterday, I was not able to get footage of this, but they were doing the hands drill, starting out practice at 8:30 in the morning. You know, right out of the gate, you see the corners working on their footwork, working on their technique. You know, it's day 3, and when these guys automatically start out with that, you know it's going to be a very interesting day. But, you know, today I noticed a little bit of the linebackers over on the other side of the field starting out practice with their drills against the padded, what do you call them?
Contact drill?
Yeah, contact drills.
Hand check, contact drill.
Mm-hmm. That automatically caught my attention right out of the gate. Because, you know, I'm watching these offensive linemen trying to find out, you know, do they have the motor skills? Do they have the technical skills? Do they have the hands? Do they have the footwork? That's 5 things that really stood out to me right out of the gate. Is those things that I'm looking for. And I saw a little bit of slowness out of a couple of them, you know. And I don't know what to say about that just yet. But I'm going to keep an eye on these offensive linemen and defensive linemen and see what's going on there. But the D linemen seemed to know what they were doing. The O linemen, that's where you saw a little bit of slowness, because I saw some of those numbers and recognized them. And I said, But we'll see about that. You know, like I said, it's day 4. It's just something to watch out for. But the fact that they did not even waste any time with that drill is something that should be paid attention to. And like I said, I wish I had gotten footage of that, but I didn't. But you know, there were a couple wide receivers that got my attention. Zylstra, of course. I'll have to put the numbers to names because I'm still trying to learn the roster, so I apologize if I don't know the names offhand. You know, it's day 4. This often happens, so...
Never heard the names.
Yeah, it takes a few days, man. It takes a few days. But once I learn them and I put the faces to names and numbers, it gets a lot easier from there. And then I start to really recognize these guys during camp days. You know, I can put them out on camera, I can point out the names, everything. So,
GPS signal lost.
anyway, final thoughts. Interesting day. Day 4, you're looking for new installments from the coach. You're looking for 7-on-7s to get a little bit more interesting, and they did today. And we'll see how things progress with PJ. But I'm going to keep a close eye on him in the next couple of weeks. What are your final thoughts?
I think you pretty much said everything. I was expecting a 2-minute video. You went a 20-minute video and you covered everything that happened pretty much. So you did a good job. I can't even critique anything. Yeah, it was great practice.
Also, Dante Jackson got burned on a play. So, I mean, I don't know what to say about that one because he got burned once yesterday too. It happens once a training camp practice day, and I don't know what to say, guys. You know, he's Dante. Like, what are you gonna do? But it's just things I noticed in day 4. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna end this video, and I'll see you guys in the live stream. Make sure you catch that live stream. Make sure you hit that bell so you don't miss any new videos and live streams. This month, this channel is red hot with new videos, new live streams. Don't miss out. You're not guaranteed to get a video notification, you know, from YouTube algorithm, but you're definitely guaranteed not to get it if you don't hit that bell and subscribe. So thank you very, very much. I again apologize about the darkness where you can't see my face, but hey, what are you gonna do? I'm driving, right? I'm riding in a car, so anyway, see you guys tomorrow for the live stream or a video. We'll be doing one of the two tomorrow afternoon, so probably late evening. But tonight will be a live stream, so make sure you catch that. Thank you very, very much. As always, keep pounding.